All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakar Kwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders, a great millstone, to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth. Keep fighting, keep pushing, uh, striving for that goal, which is salvation and the mastery of this thing as much as possible. All right, because we're in a time of rehearsing the righteous acts where Yahweh Shemi Shai has given us a lot of ourselves back, man. So this is another GMS closer look. All praise to Yahweh Shemi Shai for allowing me to go into it. But this right here is looking into hireling. Okay, this is a GMS closer look, hirelings. Okay, because you got a lot. The thing now is guys think you could dip away from the work or disappear for a period of time. It's perfect how the Lord puts everything in metaphors and parabolic talk, because to tie it in with a hireling is a perfect way. Once you look into the actual word hireling and what a hireling is, that's exactly what these guys are. The ones that are out here leaving the sheep, because we are the sheep. Because what did Yahweh Shai ask Peter before he left? 3 times. This is a famous story. What did he say? If you love me, feed my sheep. So the way we show Yahweh Shai Shai love is what? To feed his sheep. Then say, if you love me, keep the law. If you love me, feed my sheep. All right, because we're getting ready to have the law put into our inward parts. Okay, we're getting ready to have the law engraved in our spirit. Okay, in our minds. Okay, so with this picture right here says a lot. It says picture says 1,000 words. This picture right here hits it on the head. All right, you see the wolf right there. Okay, that's why I got a wolf and a lion, because those are usually ones that shepherds had to fight off the flock. All right, wolves. And this is a perfect example of the guys that leave, go do something for a while, and then pick it up again like nothing happened. Okay, that's not how you want to be. You want to be this right here. This is an example of a hireling, and this is an example of a shepherd. Okay, this is an example of a shepherd. This is Yahweh. This is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's perfect example of a shepherd, man. Because Yahweh Shai is our shepherd. Okay, and me and the brother went into it. Lord willing, we'll be able to do a sit down that the shepherd does kill for his sheep. Okay, but that's another sit down in itself. So I'm gonna jump into this right here. This picture says 1,000 words too. You see how safe the sheep feel because that shepherd is there, and that's a sling stone they used to use. That's how David was so good. That's how he was able to smack Goliath in his noggin, because he was trained in that sling stone. Those are very dangerous weapons in the ancient world. Okay, so without any further ado, let's jump into it. Right, this is what you want to be. This is what you want to strive for. Okay, is this right here. Okay, this is the world. This is Esau. On the other side is a lion, and then you have the shepherds, the ones that Yahweh Shemi Shai set up to feed the sheep, warn the sheep, guide the sheep. That's a main purpose and job of a true shepherd, is to guide the sheep. Okay, so let's go into some of the words. Let's go into the definition. This is on AV 1611. All right, and it says the definition is hireling. Hireling, one who is hired or who serves for wages. Okay, we're all in here for a payment, which is salvation. All right, because Yahweh Shah told the disciples that you shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Just like he told in the parable of the penny that what we those that make it and endure to the end shall be rulers over what, 5 cities, 10 cities, so on and so on. So that's the same promise that was promised unto the disciples, but the disciples have a higher office than the elect. They are part of the elect, but the disciples were promised a high seat. Okay, by Yahweh Shah himself. And it says, a mercenary, a prostitute is also a hireling. Okay, just like you got guys out here that's like prostitutes, man. You pay They come into this thing for the wrong intentions. All right, because the ultimate money, what's the money? Is salvation. All right, that's what they came in it for, but they didn't really have the right intentions for it. It says a serving for wages. Venal. Let's look up what this word venal means. It's a new one to me, so let's look it up. The word there is showing or motivated by what is that? Susceptible to bribery. Wow, look at that. So let's play this word.
Venal.
Venal. It says what? Showing a motivated by susceptible or liberty, but it says what? To bribery. Yep, capable of being brought or obtained for money or other valuable consideration. Open to corrupt influence and especially bribery. Venal. See it again.
Venal.
Venal. So you don't want to be a venal person. That's a powerful word right there, man. You said somebody's venal, that means you open to bribery. Just like these guys that change up the doctrine, they're venal, man. You know, they can be brought out pretty much. So these guys that come into, that's why Nate is venal, okay, because he sold out for the bag, man. A lot of these other groups are venal because they are susceptible to bribery, which is Esau's the main briber, man. You see how important words are? So if you call somebody venal, you saying what? They're open to corrupt influence and especially bribery, because what? They bribe them to change up the doctrine, to change up the truth, to change what they're saying, not use the name. So they're venal. That's a word I'm gonna start using a lot, man. These venal camps. All right. So you don't want to be a hireling, man. Hirelings are susceptible to being bribed. To what? Not wash the sheep, not pay attention to the sheep, not feed the sheep the right things. So the best thing for you to be is a shepherd. All right. A good shepherd. Now we looked up the word hireling. Now let's look up. Let me see if it'll let me. But okay, let's jump in here. Let's get into some of these precepts, and we'll jump into some of that details in a second. This is the book of John 10 and 12. This is the main verse that stemmed this lesson. This is John 10 and verse 12. Let's start at 11. It says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. So Yahushua is saying that he's the good shepherd because he did give his life for the sheep. He went on that cross, and because he said, death, where is thy sting? He swallowed up death because sin was the one thing that we were serving to. That was a main wolf that was attacking the sheep. So the best way that Yahushua could have stopped the wolf and stopped that thing trying to get at the sheep was to give his life for the sheep. And now the sheep have freedom. Now the sheep have been set free from that bounds of sin, man. All right. That's why our bodies will be changed and will be perfected, because Yahushua has given his life to free the sheep of that situation. It says, and I am the good shepherd. Okay. So the word there for shepherd, let's jump right into it, is Paul Men. Let's let Esau say something.
Strong's G 4166. Poimain.
Poimain. It says a herdsman, especially a shepherd. In the parable of those who care and control others have committed themselves, and whose precepts they follow. The presiding officer, the manager, the director. So that's why the apostles and elders have that position because they are the ones that are the managers of Yahushai's house right now. Okay, they're the ones that's over Yahushai's what is it? Work, his labor, his vineyard, his herd. Okay, they've been set over to be the managers of Yahushai's herd right now. So you see, and it says, and of any assembly, so of Christ, Mashiach in the head of the church, of overseers, of kings and princes, because you got kings that can be shepherds also, just like David. David was a shepherd king. Okay, he was a shepherd king, because what did he do before he became king? He was a shepherd. He knew how to guide the sheep, so he did that growing up. So Yahushua Yahbashim Yahushua was already building him up to be in a position that he was going to lead. Okay, he was going to be the ultimate shepherd of Israel, which is the king. All right, so let's go back to the verse and let's read it one more time. It says, I am the good shepherd. A good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. And you got these guys that ain't giving their lives for the sheep. That's why you look at the apostles. The apostles, the elders have given their lives for the sheep. They've stayed in this truth for 30 plus years, man. That's as long as me, myself, personally, they've been in the truth long as I've been alive, man. Before I was born, the apostles, the elders were kicking this truth. They were out there doing the work, man. That right there, you've given a lifetime, man. So they've given and shown themselves and vetted themselves to be what? Overseers of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's flock. Verse 12, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, so you don't want to be a hireling, you want to be a shepherd, whose own sheep are not, it says whom, it says whose own the sheep are not, because they don't belong to them, because they're not in it for the sheep's well-being. They're in it for their own belly. They're in it for their own ulterior motives. They're just trying to get salvation. Who wouldn't want to be saved? Just like you see in movies. Imagine you're getting ready to go off a boat and there's only one or two life preserves or life rafts. Everybody's going to scramble for that thing. People are going to be trampling, fighting, of course, because that's their road to salvation, safety. So that's the reason why some of these guys come in this truth, is because they know it's an escape raft and a sinking ship, but they're coming in it for the wrong reasons, man. Okay, they're coming in it to preserve themselves, which we all want to be saved. We're in this truth because we want to be saved, but some of us are in it and we truly do care about the sheep. Some just care about getting salvation and that's it. That's not the way to be, man. It says, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep and fleeth. Okay, so now let's look into some of these words, because there's a lot of words that we can pick out. So let's go to the word hireling first and foremost. Excuse me, let me let this.
Strong's G 3411. Misthotas.
See that? And it says, one hired a hireling. So you don't want to be this guy. Let's look at the root word.
Strong's G 3409. Misthao.
To let out, for hire, to hire. Okay? The Lord's looking for full-time. He's not looking for part-time prophets, man. All right? He's looking for full-time. That's why you got to be in this thing, man. Okay, we got to be in this thing. And we're not going to walk a perfect walk, of course, but we strive for that mastery, man. We strive to at least feed the sheep. No matter in your life and everything that's going on, at least feed the sheep, man. Because the sheeps are not yours. The sheeps are Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's, man. So they're not yours to not feed. Okay? Because you're hired for wages. You're brought into the vineyard for wages, man. So you have to work. You can't. But these guys that come back and then get mad and want to make Photoshop pictures of people by vans. Come on, man. You're a hireling. That's a hireling move. You got to get petty, man. You didn't battle with the scriptures. You got to get petty. That shows saltiness. That shows weakness. What does it say? Desperation is a stinky cologne, man. Okay? So you know that's a desperate move. That's a cop out. You can battle with the scriptures and prove your point through the script. So you had to go get petty, man. And a lot of these guys that don't stay in the truth, that you didn't love the sheep, man. You didn't love the sheep. And it says hireling and not and hireling and not of the shepherd. Okay. Now let's look up the word shepherd.
Strong's G 4166. Poimain. Poimain.
Yep. Says what? A herdsman, especially a shepherd. In the parable, it says he to whose care and control others have committed themselves and whose precepts they follow. So that's the same. That's the one we want to be. We want to be a shepherd. All right. We went into that a second ago. And seeth. Let's look up the word seeth. The word there is the Rio.
Strong's G 2334. Theoreo. Theoreo.
It says to be a spectator, look at, behold, to view intently, take a view or survey, to view mentally, consider. So they see what's going on out here because these philosophies and wayward doctrines are forms of wolves also. All right. Because they tear up the sheep, man. But then you have Esau coming out here because Esau is getting ready to get physical, man. He's running out of options. He can't battle spiritually. He's losing on that front. He can't set up. There's nobody can set up that know the scriptures because the spirit of wisdom and knowledge is not resting with nobody but the hopeful elect. So you can't battle the spirit, man. If you got to fight fire with fire, and they don't have the fire to fight, man. That's why it says, let thy light shine before men that they may see your good works. So it's beautiful how the Lord made Esau put the freedom of speech, and then the Lord made us go out to the highways and byways, set up YouTube so we could all have our own private avenue to push this word and to be out there, man. There's not Esau seen it. He's like, how did this happen? He didn't see the separate pieces that was being put together to equal his downfall, man. He didn't notice it. That's why you know the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, because Esau wasn't aware. He set up his own destruction. He set up the very thing that was going to wake us up. He set it up, man, for his own motives, but it turned around and bit him. Okay? It bit him. Now the truth is out. The cat is out the bag. The electors woke up. It's over with, man. The loss. You can only throw a tantrum now. The last little bit he's gonna do is a tantrum. That's why he's gonna start killing and slaying, because he know if he had a short time, he's like, damn it, they're awake. The one thing, the one agenda, the one move, the one thing that they tried to keep away has been let out, man. Okay, now we know about his mark, his chip, what he wants to do. So, and we filtering through the scriptures, so it's out of the bag, man. So the plan now is just to get carnal. Throw a tantrum and have the Lord go ahead and finish taking you out of power, man. That's it. That's the only options. So let's go back into this. See if the wolf. Let's look up the word wolf. The word there is locos.
Strong's G 3074. Lucas.
It says a wolf, a cruel, greedy, destructive men. See, that's Esau, man. Let's look up this word right here. It's a new word to me, so I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, I enjoy to look up words, man. We're in a business of wordplay, so more words, more weapons. Play this. Rapacious. We got venal and rapacious. It says aggressive, greedy, or grasping. So Esau's that rapacious. He's a rapacious man. You know, that's another sit down, Lord willing. I can go into that, you know, It says excessively grasping or covetous. That's Esau, man. Woe unto him that increases that which is not his, man. All right? Living on prey. So Esau is rapacious. He lives on his prey. That's what he strives for. That's why it says he tosses it. If he does not commit wickedness, he cannot go to sleep. That's in Psalms, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So let me see here. Let me see if I can. Get this real quick. Yep. No, it's Proverbs. Salakia. I knew it was Psalms or Proverbs. I just wanted to not speak out of context. This is Proverbs 4:16. It says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they have caused some to fall. So that's what you see. He's rapacious. That's a rapacious person. He's living on prey. That's what he lives on jacking and committing evil in the earth. That's his pleasure, man. So that's the ones you see the sheep, the sheep you're protecting the sheep from, because he lives to what? To set up different agendas, to push forth his death, his GMOs. The list goes on and on. You know, we're not here for that. But the main point, Esau is that wolf. Okay, these doctrines is that wolf. It says coming and leaveth the sheep. So let's look up what the word leaveth. Let's see if it's matching up to some people we know.
Strong's G, 863. Afiami.
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 It says what? To send away, to bid going away or depart of a husband divorcing a wife. See, they left their lover, man. These guys that came in the truth, they taught, they're out there, they're elders now, and 2 years in, you're elder, or I'm reading 20 books a day, and you know, that spirit. At the end of the day, you divorced the wife, man. You left a woman that you once loved, if you ever loved her at all, man. It says to send forth, yield up, to expire. So damn. So these guys expire. They expired in the truth. Just like milk gets old, these guys expired, man. That's exactly what took place. They expired. They came into the truth. They wrote it out for a while, and their expiration date, they left it. It says to let go, let alone, let be. So they let it alone. They let the truth alone. That's a definition of a hireling, one that leaves the truth, lets it alone. To let go of it. You let go of the truth. To disregard, to leave, not to discuss now of teachers, writers, and speakers. To let go, give up a debt, forgive, to remit, to give up, keep no longer. Tell me that's not a definition of a hireling. One that keeps no longer. They don't stay with it, man. All Yahushua asks, man, is the main thing is feed his sheep. If you don't do anything else, you better feed the flock. And that means you got to go into the scriptures. You got to study. You got to look up precepts. That's how you feed, man. Through you studying, that's why it says rightly dividing the word of truth. That's you feeding the truth. That's you getting the good grain, getting the food that the sheep need and feeding. If you ever worked in a farm, man, you got to wake up early, man. It's a hard work to be a farmer. That's why everybody don't got farmland and herds and cattle. You got to if a cattle gets pregnant, you got to make sure the birth goes right. It's a lot of things that go with being a husbandry, man. All right. It says permit, allow, not to hinder, to give up a thing to a person, to leave, go away from one. So these guys went away. That's how you know they're hirelings. Okay, that's what does it say? People, numbers don't lie, man. If you were in the truth and you left for months, you don't do nothing for months on end, weeks on end, then you left your hireling, man. To desert wrongfully. So you left the sheep wrongfully. You shouldn't have left the sheep and then go and do your own thing and then come back like nothing happened, man. No, you left the sheep. To leave one by not taking him as a companion. To leave on dying, leave behind one. So they left behind the truth, man. They left behind the truth for who knows what. It says the sheep and fleeth. What is the word? Let's go on the word fleeth. That's a whole nother word in itself.
Strong's G 5343. Fugo.
Fugo,
Fugo.
like fugitive. If I'm not mistaken, fugo, fugitive. It says to flee away, seek safety by flight. To flee, shun, to avoid by flight, something abhorrent. To be saved by flight, to escape safely out of danger. So we're in a dangerous place, man. All right, being what and doing what we doing, we're in a dangerous place. But through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man, we're gonna maintain. So let me go ahead and get these precepts, and we're gonna go ahead and close, man. Because I think Abaratazah, this was edifying, and we went into the meaning of it. This is Ezekiel 22 and verse, let's go to 30. It says, and I sought for a man among them that should make up hedges. See, let's go to verse 28. It says, and her prophets have doubted them with untempered mortar, seeing vanity and divining lies unto them, saying, thus saith the Lord power, when the Lord has not spoken. So that's a hireling also, one that divine, like Nate is a prime example. I just bring him up because he's a well-known figure. But he is what? He is those guys in IUIC is untempered mortar. Because what's gonna happen when some real life things hit them, they're gonna break, man. They're gonna break. They're not ready for the chip. They're not ready for Jacob's trouble because their teacher has told them everything is gonna be sunshine and lollipops. That's lying, man. That's the worst thing you can do is not be prepared, man. All right. It says, doubted. The Lord didn't lie to us, man. He told us the truth. He said, look, there's going to be a time where it's going to be bad out here, but I'm going to take care of you. We got to have our faith in that. We don't need to prep, gather up seeds. And I mean, if you want to grow, be my guest. But, you know, weaponry, we're not getting weaponry to hold us and protect us in that time of, no, you know, it's not what we're going to lean on as safety. The main thing we're going to lean on is Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. That's going to be the ultimate weapon. He's going to turn us into a weapon. He said a sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Look what the Lord did to Esau. He gave him the Roman Empire, and he allowed him to go into the sword and have all these weapons, and he hates them. He told you that in Romans. He said Esau if I hated. So if you hate something, you do something enough. You give him enough, and he gave him a hell of a blessing. So I was talking about that today. Imagine what he's going to give those that he loves, man. He's going to give us something that's going to make the world shiver, man. We're getting ready to shake the planet Earth with the power Yahweh Shem Yahshua is getting ready to bestow upon his loved ones, man. The world has never seen such power that's getting, just like if you brothers want to look at Super Saiyans, man. Why you think the Lord made us watch those cartoons and gear our small minds? Because kids don't watch Dragon Ball Z like that no more. It's only a choice few that are young and growing up and watching Dragon Ball Z. But a lot of our generation watch those things and idolize that to have that internal power, man. Our power is gonna come from inside. It's not gonna come from outside, because Esau's blessing is a carnal blessing. Our blessing is gonna be internal. It's gonna be something you don't have to see. You can see Esau's blessing. You can see a gun. You can see a bullet. You can see a sword. You can see that concretely. You can touch it. But a blessing is spiritual power. You can't see that. Yahushua pushed back the Romans not with a big stick. He didn't push them back with a shepherd's staff, man. He pushed them back with something that they could not see, which was the force, which is the spirit, man. Our blessing is not going to be visible with eyes, man. It's going to be internal. It's going to be something that we're going to have in us. Abaratazah would be loved enough to bestow that abilities, man. Our blessing is gonna come on a level, man. We're gonna do powerful things, man. Heal people. We can go into their bodies and heal them. You want to be able to see a scalpel come out our hand and here, let's go ahead and give you your sight back. No, it's gonna be something that we're gonna be able to do it's not gonna be visible, man. You're gonna see the end result and know that we did it. But it's not going to be carnal. It's going to be a spiritual blessing, man. That's why I said we're going to run and not be weary. A bow of steel is going to be bent in our hands. We're going to be powerful, man. And Esau knows these things. He's planned. He has a contingent. He has a plan for us having power. He has planned. Esau knows you're going to get power. Esau knows we're going to be supered up. He has plans for it. He has a fail safe. He has plan A to Z dealing with what can come, because he don't want to lose his power, man. He don't want to lose the billions of dollars he's amassed and the power that he's taken over on the planet Earth. He don't want to lose that for nothing, man. So he's prepared for everything and expecting it all, man. That's why he's going to the bunker. The bunkers are their worst case scenario. The bunker is plan Z. They said if everything fails, we'll hide in these big ass bunkers and hopefully they don't kill us, man. You know, but we ain't gonna kill you, man. We ain't out here to kill you. You gotta bid to serve. Esau don't shoot you in the head when he sends you to life in prison. No, he makes you sit in there and go to in death row. Your 1,000 years in punishment is death row, man. All right. But let me reading this. I sort of jumped into a tangent, but hey, that was the spirit wanted to go there. And it says, verse 29, the people of the land have used oppression and they exercise robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yea, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. And those are Israelite foreigners. Just like right now, they're saying that, the northern tribe ain't a part of Jake. They're oppressing the strangers, man. Ain't nothing new. And it says, and I sought for men among them that should make up the hedge. So the Lord has sought men to make up the hedge. That's what we are. We're the fulfillment of this right here. That's why it says that the Lord, he said, pray to the power of the harvest, the God of the harvest, that he should send workers into his vineyard. So we're the answer to that prayer, man. We are in the vineyard. We are in here working. The same prayer that Yahushua prayed was answered, man. We're in the vineyard getting down, man. We're gathering his crop, and he's getting ready to come and he's getting ready to pay, man. Payday's coming. Our penny's getting ready to be put into our palms, man. Our baratazar, we be a part of that payday, man. Imagine that, man. Payday is close, just like you do now in the modern day. When you're paid, the day before you get paid, you get that feeling like, oh man, it's coming. Especially if you knew you put in overtime, you got time and a half on that check, you got a holiday pay on that check. Oh man, you feel good. You know it's gonna be good. You're gonna have all your bills paid and a little something extra. Come on, man. That's a carnal paycheck. Imagine the righteous spiritual paycheck coming from the hands of our power, man. There's nothing like it. And it says, and stand, let me say it again. It says, for I have sought for a man. It says, I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge, a prophet, and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it before I found, but I found none. But the Lord has found men that on this side that's standing up in the hedge, man. That's why we out there in the highways and the byways. So you hirelings that did not follow the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's where a shepherd goes. A man he's talking about is a prophet. And the hedge is the highways and the byways, the gap. Okay? We'll look up that word gap real quick, and then we're going to get out of here, man. Because I think the point is hit. The tangent really what took us over. But, hey, I love it, man. And it says breach, gap, bursting forth, outburst, breach, broken wall. So we have a broken wall, man. It's our, look at us. We're cursed people. Yep, that's as this goes into break, So let me read this one more time, and then we're going to close. Where is that? Ezekiel. There it is. And it says, I have sought a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it. But I found none. Therefore, I have poured out mine indignation upon them, and I have consumed them with the fire of my wrath. Their own way have I recompensed upon their head, saith the Lord power. So that's what happens when you don't have a man out there in the gaps. The Lord will jack Israel up, man. So you really they don't fear, man, because they don't care about the sheep. Because if a man's out there in the gaps, in the hedges, just like you see us out here on the four corners of the planet Earth, making up the hedge for Israel through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that's the Most High is having mercy, man. But you guys that leave and become hirelings, Most High ain't got no mercy on you, man. All right? First of all, you left the sheep. And then you didn't go and make up the gaps. All right? So Aparatazar, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kark with Dash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, and Tawadas Yuakim who came by and listened. Lord willing, this was edifying. And definitely, if you brothers want to go into it a little bit deeper, hey, man, go ahead, leave comments. Anything to back up the point, that'll be beautiful, man. So Shalom, keep faith, keep fighting, keep pushing towards that goal, man. We almost there. Shalom.